I think you could. No, I needed to go. I need to go live for this shift, right? So the girls who are about to be on lunch and do all of that good stuff, we're gonna go live for them. We're gonna get it in and go live for them, and then I'll be back in 8 hours. We're gonna do both. We can, you don't want me to. You don't want me to do both. You 100% correct. I did say around 8 p.m., but you don't want me to do both. What about the boss ladies who are nurses and want to come on here and learn? What about that? Hey Facebook, hey YouTube. We're gonna give this about 4 more minutes. Okay, we'll get started in 4 minutes. Desiree, if you do not already have your water, please go and get your water, boss. And if you're still on here, if you do not already have your water, please go and get your water, boss. Natalie, grab your water, boss, please. If you do not already have your water, please go and grab your water, boss. And we'll get started in 4 minutes. Less than 4 minutes now. Okay. Des, what was one thing that you learned from our live yesterday? Pop quiz. What was one thing that you learned from the live yesterday, last night? Desiree. Natalie, do you have pictures of your soap press, Natalie? If you're wearing it right now, send me pictures. I want to see what it looks like now. Hey boss, hey Facebook, hey YouTube. Happy Thursday. Make sure I get my notes. We can get started in 2 minutes. Do you have your water, Desiree? Do you have your water, Natalie? Hey boss, hey Facebook, hey YouTube. If you are going to stay for a while, please go and grab your water, boss. You know, we are a water drinking group around here. Please go and grab your water if you're going to stay for a while. Natalie, we going. Oh, Natalie, you got the guide already, right? Desiree, did you get the guide? Did you get the winter wash day guide? Desiree? Des, did you get the winter wash day guide? Natalie, you got yours? And if you're still on here, did you get yours? Did you get your winter wash day guide? Hey, Chrissy. Please go and grab your water, boss, if you haven't gotten it already. Y'all know we are a water drinking group around here. If you have not already, please go and grab your water. We are going to be talking length retention. 3 simple steps to length retention. 3 simple steps to length retention. That's what we're talking today. But before we get started, please go and grab your water. If you're going to stay for a while, you know we are a water drinking group around here. What up, Lady Lou? Yo, Lady Lou, not Lady Lou already doing her intro. What name, where you're from? Tell me, or tell the rest of the girls, Lady Lou, are you new around here or are you an OG? Hey, Marie. Justice and these damn blueberries and what was it? Okra. Justice, go ahead and get your blueberry water, boss. Good, great for antioxidants, right? I ain't finna complain. Hey, Lady Lou. If you're new here, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for the OGs too. But if you're new here, I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope that you stay for a while, long enough to learn something new. Actually, let me put that in here. Justice, how was your night? Are we ready? All right, let's get started. Hey boss, my name is Ebony K. I'm the owner of Texture Press, and what I do is give women confidence to manage their hair by giving them simple ways to maintain, healthy hair. That's my little gift to the world. Okay? My little 1-2, my little give back for God being so gracious. Okay? I have been in the industry for almost 2 decades now. I've had the pleasure of helping hundreds of women hit their healthy hair goals. Plenty of who I've documented, and if you take a scroll down our Instagram and/or Facebook page, then you will see more stories of the women who have successfully built their confidence by making room for healthy hair. It can be intimidating, right? Social media, I think especially, makes healthy hair length retention intimidating with multiple steps, and it can be very simplistic. There is actually a formula to getting healthy hair. I broke it down into 3 simple sections, and we're going to talk about them today. Okay. If you are interested in length retention, do me a favor and put your hand up in the comments. I sent it in a DM. I need more help with styling, but I just need to practice. We got you, girl. Stick around for a while. Next week's class is going to be the Silk Press series. Next week, we're going to be talking full-on Silk Press series. And if I were you, Natalie, I would at least consider joining the Patreon program, because we're going to be doing some private styling classes in the Patreon program. Lady Lou says me. Lene said me. Right? Length retention. Lene, tell me why retaining more length or longer hair is a goal of yours. Hey, Tanya. Tanya, we missed you. Tanya, you was here yesterday in yesterday's class when we was talking to Nay. Not Lene. Lene, not you. We was talking to Nay about her braids. Tanya, you was here yesterday. But tell me, Lene. Tell me, Justice, why is hair that is longer and or fuller primarily, how would it make you feel when you hit your length goal? Let's say you hit it in the next 7 to 8 months. How would that make you feel? If in the next 7 to 8 months you were able to hit your length goal, how would that make you feel? Now I'm tired of being bald-headed, but I understand. Okay, Justice, I understand. Oh, Tanya, we had a time, right, Justice? Justice, we had a good time on this live yesterday. How would that make you feel, though, Justice? If you were able to accomplish, right, your goal of not being a bald head scallywag, right, not having a bald head small head, how would that make you feel? Talk to me. It ain't but a few of us on this live today. Okay. See, it's a challenge for us, right? To see how far you can push yourself, how long you can get your hair. I love that, Lene. Okay, but Lou, tell me how would it make you feel if you had the hair of your dreams today, Lou? How would that make you feel? Hey, Black Beauty. Yeah, because Justin said that long hair gonna give her confidence through the roof. Tanya, can you pull up what, boss? It would make me feel accomplished. I know that's right. The feeling of accomplishment when it comes to a personal goal gives you an incredible boost of confidence, right? I think it's very similar to, like, let's say you have a weight goal, right? And you just want to get down. I just want to get down 7 pounds in the next 60 days. You hit that goal, it's like, oh, I could do this. I could do anything. Hey, Jeremy, I could do this. Is it Jay? Is it Jeremiah? Hey, boss, good afternoon. Jay, is it Jeremiah? Am I saying it right? I know we could call you Jay, but I'm asking about pronouncing your government name. But there is an era of confidence that accompanies you, excuse me, when you're able to accomplish your goals, right? No matter what goal it is. The live from yesterday, girl, we was on that live for 2 hours. Jeremiah, yesterday, right? We was on that live for 2 hours. I don't know if it saved because of how long the live was. But here's what I will say: we'll be putting it up on the Patreon platform. And if you join the Patreon membership, here's what I'll do. If you join the Patreon membership, then I'll upload the live from yesterday up on the Patreon platform. And we'll leave it for even if you're not a paying member, I'll leave it up for you. But last night's live was really good. Jeremiah was on there. We was on there late too, right? Jeremiah was like, I can't send this to my friends, girl. Like, they is asleep, girl. And I don't blame her. But yes, that boost of confidence is 100% what if listen, I will give you the shirt off my back, right? I'm a very giving person. I don't like to be selfish. There are certain things that I would like to keep for myself, usually, but that really is me things, right? That I want to keep to myself. But in general, I'm a very generous person, right? I give you the shirt off my back. You can have whatever you want. Life is forgiving. But here's the selfish thing. Okay, Jeremiah? Here's the selfish thing. I want to be a part of your success story so that I can brag. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? So if I help Tanya hit her length goals, right? If me and Justice is out here swinging hair down to the tailbone, just to swinging it along, if I'm able to help her do that, I just want to brag a little bit different. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm not finna lie to you. Okay. A part of the reason why I do these lives is, one, I want you to walk away with more confidence, but I also want to be the person to boast and brag about the fact that I helped you get exactly where you want to be with your hair. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into it. If we can get, all right now it's about 10 of us between the two lives. Let's do, if we can get to, can we get to 35? Y'all think we can get to 35 people? If we can get to 35 people on this live, then you guys can get the guide. Do we want to do that? Do you want to, well, let me ask you. We can do the guide. Let's just do the guide. I won't give you many options, so that this way you don't have to have decision fatigue. But can we do, if we can get to 35 people on this live today, you guys can get the guide for free. Do you guys want to do that? Yes or no? Please, in the comments. Jay, I got your water, Jay. Y'all got me talking to myself today. Hey, Miss Watts. Justice is the only one I answered. So here's what we're going to do, Justice. If you don't already have the guide, I'm going to give it to just you. Okay? You can have the guide. Okay? Okay. I was able to break down after taking a look at what the majority of my clients do or have done to hit their length goals. Here's what I've done. I took a look to see across the board, what are these women doing? What am I teaching these women, and what are they implementing in their lives to make it easier for them to hit their length goals, right? Lene, I appreciate you. All right. We gonna try to get us to 35. Okay. All right, Jay. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. All right, Justice. All right, Lene. I appreciate you. Okay. So long as we get to 35, you guys can get the guide and get the guide for free. Okay, the wash day guide. And so across the board, right? What the common theme was in women hitting their healthy hair goals was what I call the CBD. The CBD steps. Jay, in regards to hair, what does the C in CBD stand for? Justice, Lady Lou, Tanya, can you think of what the C in CBD stands for in regards to hitting your healthy hair goals, your length retention goals, excuse me? Okay. Anybody else? Natalie? Anybody else? Hey, Angela. Angela, can you tell me what you think the C in CBD stands for as related to length retention? Excuse me. Justice says consistency. Miss Lady Lou says consistency, and Lene also says consistency. 100%. Okay. For me, as a professional, there is a difference between being consistent and things being constant, right? Consistency means that there is a rhythm, right? A predictable, excuse me, rhythm. Constant is that rapid repetition, right? It means that it's happening a lot and it's happening often, right? And there's a difference between things having some space but being predictable, right? And things being constant, right? That rapid repetition, that rapid repetition, that constant the constant wash and goes, the constant box braids, knotless braids, the constant weaves, the constantly wearing a wig is all going to be detrimental to your length retention goals. Okay. Can anyone guess, assume, or tell the others, right? Can you guess, assume, or tell the others why it would not be to your benefit to constantly do wash and goes? If you're not applying any heat to your hair and you are constantly doing wash and goes, how can that go against your do we have a lag, Jay? If you are constantly doing wash and goes and you're not putting any heat to your hair, how can that not be beneficial to your length retention goals? How could that be bad for your length retention goals? 100%, Angela. I'll read your answer in just a moment. Facebook, YouTube, if we're talking about wash and goes, why would that ever not be? Why would that, if doing why would doing that constantly, excuse me, not be good for your hair? It will not allow you to provide balance to your hair regarding products, styles, and different techniques, excuse me, you're using to grow your healthy hair. I love Angela's answer. Angela says wash and goes can make your hair tangle. And to Jay's point, you can get a lot of fairy knots. And because you cannot untie fairy knots, right? Because you cannot untie them, how do you get rid of fairy knots? Renee, Lady Lou, how do you get rid of fairy knots? If you can't untie them, how do you get rid of them? Angela, Jay, Justice, you have to cut them, right? And that is directly going against, exactly, Lene. That is directly going against your healthy hair goals. That is directly going against your length retention goals. You have to cut off the knots. Exactly. Exactly. Right. And if you're constantly having to cut the knots off because you're constantly doing wash and goes, then that is going to put you behind, right? Behind the accomplishment of having hair that is longer. It's going to put you 10 steps behind, Justice, the confidence that you're looking to build in yourself, right? Trims are important, 100%. But if you're trimming your hair every 6 weeks, Justice, because you're constantly doing wash and goes, does that sound like it's going to get you closer or further to your length goals? Justice, if you're trimming your hair every 6 weeks because you're constantly doing wash and goes, is that going to get you closer or further to your length goals? Your length retention goal, excuse me. 100%, right? And if you want to be closer to that level of confidence that we were talking about, Justice, then you want to be consistent with changing your hairstyles. You don't want to be constantly changing your hairstyles, and you don't want to constantly be doing the same hairstyles, but being consistent and creating a rhythm, creating a rotation for different hairstyles will make it so that you're not doing box braids year round, or even 3, 4, 6, 8 months in a row trying to hit your length goals. Is saying that you're giving your hair rest, right? That weight from the braids is going to do what? If you are constantly doing box braids, the weight from the braids is going to do what? Hey, Miss Flawless Hair Care. Miss Flawless Hair Care, what does the weight of braids, of box braids, or I was about to say boneless braids, box braids, or knotless braids. What does doing that constantly, how is that going to affect your hair? Exactly, Angel. Exactly. Right? It's eventually going to lead to breakage. It's going to cause more tension, right? And what we don't talk about enough is just how much that Kanekalon hair, the braiding hair, is actually cutting our hair up, right? As tough as it is, it's made with tar. Kanekalon hair is made with tar, right? And all of that friction, the rubbing of the Kanekalon hair up against your hair, literally causes cuts, nicks, dips in the hair strand, right? Making it weaker, making it easier for your hair to break, thinning your hair out, causing causing alopecia, excuse me. What about constantly silk pressing? Oh, we getting to that next. Okay? We getting to that next, Angela. Okay? And next up is constantly doing silk presses, constantly straightening your hair. Consistently, sure, have at it, right? What's my rule for silk presses? How many times can you do a silk press back to back? Justice, Justice, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Listen to me, especially in this economy, right? Especially in this economy in the States right now, where the dollar is getting stretched thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. If you don't think that other powers that be are not looking to a monopolize and capitalize, excuse me, a capitalize off of the fact that we are stretched thin, and we are going to be trying to scrape together and figure out how do we still look put together, how do we still show up. I I want us to learn how to do our hair ourselves, so that this way we are not reliant. I want you to have a full healthy head of hair, so that you're not reliant on other styles that include my brain. I want to say fake hair, but that ain't I'm gonna say fake hair, but that's not what I want to use. Extension hair, excuse me, right? So that we don't have to rely on extension hair, because I think that there is going to be a way to infiltrate and really, really play on our emotions when it comes to that. But I digress. Okay, tell me why I'm signing up for your Silk Press series today. Yes, Angel, please. Please, there's so much information in there to help you minimize the risk of heat damage while still maximizing the style, so that this way you don't feel like you're constantly pressing your hair to keep it straight. That one pass, and the way that I teach you how to retain the style in the silk press is 100% going to, and you're a stylist, right? That is 100% going to help boost your confidence and your ability to silk press just one pass, and allow your clients to want to keep coming back, because you're the healthy hair silk press person to go to. Excuse me. Angela, girl, I asked you a question, boss. Silk press is once, absolutely not. How many times do I teach my clients you can get a silk press before they have to give their hair a break? I don't know what's the really acceptable answer around here. But Black Beauty, not silk presses once a month. And I'll explain why. I'll explain why after I give you the answer. Natalie says 3 times. Facebook, YouTube. You can get a silk press twice in a row. After that, you got to give your hair a break, Angel. You can get your hair silk pressed twice in a row. After that, you got to give your hair a break. Now, if you only keep your silk press for 2 weeks, and then you want to come back 2 weeks later and get another silk press, have at it. We can do that. That's fine. But after that, you have to give your hair a break. How long do I typically suggest you give your hair a break for? Justice, you might need to increase how often you get a silk press, especially if you only go 2 times a year and those are the only 2 times you get your hair trimmed. You can get a silk press back to back twice, and then you have to give your hair a break. And the break looks like anywhere between 1 and 3 weeks. Okay. Now, in that 1 to 3 weeks, how should you style your hair? You can go into a short-term protective style. And then when do you give your hair a break, Black Beauty? The break could look like you doing a short-term protective style, or you could do a long-term protective style. If you want to go 4+ weeks between that silk press and the next one, have at it. Right? If you want to just do what I offer, which is the braid prep service, right? So I have clients that see me year round, right? There are some times where a client doesn't want to go anywhere. They only want to come to Texture Press to get their hair done. And I only offer 2 services. You can either get a silk press, or you can get the braid prep service. The braid prep service is you coming in, me shampooing, conditioning, blow drying your hair, taking a look to see if we need a trim. You can get a treatment if you should need one, and then I will either give you 2 braids, 2 flat twists, or a lot of the boss ladies are like, the blow dry is good enough. Like, you could just leave it like this. Right? I have some clients who come in with their teenage daughters and they're like, oh, this blow dry looks really good. I'll ask them, do they want me to put it up in a half up, half down? They do a little half up, half down, put that little lip gloss on, and we're back in the 90s, baby. Can I use mini twists? 100%. You can do any long-term or short-term protective style in between your silk presses. But if you want to keep your curl, if you want to keep that elasticity that we were talking about yesterday, right, Jay? If you want to keep that, then you have to put some distance between your silk presses. Okay? So yes, you need to be consistent with making sure that you have this nice little rotation of different kinds of hairstyles, so that this way you're not causing a whole lot of tension on your hair. You're not using braiding or extension hair excuse me, constantly, therein creating more breakage or allowing you or making you have to work harder to hit your length goals. Okay, you want to be consistent with switching that up. I often suggest, what do I often suggest, Jay? 3 hairstyles that you want to perfect on your own. You want to perfect 3 hairstyles on your own. Any one of those 3 cannot be a ponytail. Y'all want me to show y'all why it can't be no ponytail? We did this earlier, right, Jay? I mean, not earlier. We did this yesterday, right, Jay? Y'all want me to show y'all why we can't do no ponytails? You can hone in on 3 hairstyles, okay? 2 of them should require no direct heat. 2 of the hairstyles that you start learning, that you are working to perfect, should not require direct heat. No flat iron, no no wand curler, no curling iron. You can the two styles could be flat twists and mini twists, right? The 2 styles could be a braid out and a rod set. It's gonna look 8 up in the back. Okay, I could show you real life proof what doing ponytails constantly is going to look like, could look like. Okay? That's not what you want. You want to consistently be working on perfecting 3 different hairstyles. 2 of them should not require direct heat. Okay? Like somebody took a bite out of the nape of your neck. Okay? Woody the Woodpecker just chopping on the inside because it happens in the middle. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you, because y'all think I be playing around here. Let me show you. Let me show you. We seen it earlier, Jay. Not you, Jay. Let me show you. Let me show you what it looked like. Okay, keep it up with them ponytails. keep it up with the ponytails. Keep it up with the ponytails. Okay, that's where you finna. That's right where you finna sit at. Okay, and if you let me, I'm not only trimming here. If you let me, I'm not only trimming here. We got the trim up above that. If you let me, I'm not only trimming here. We have to trim up above that. That is not what you want. That is counterproductive to your length retention goals. Okay? Okay? To go from this to have to do that is heartbreaking. To go from this to have to do that, Justice, you can love roller sets. I don't mind roller sets, but here's what you need to keep in mind. Okay, after you do a roller set, if the stylist is also then going into if the stylist is then going, when you say what about roller sets, are you asking, do you still need it? What are you asking? Tell me what you're asking me, Tanya. When you say what about roller sets, what are you asking? Okay, while we wait for Tanya, that's the C in CBD. Be consistent, right? Be consistent with switching your styles so that this way it's predictable for your hair, but it's not tiresome and draining for your hair. Constantly doing silk presses is going to work against you, right? That constant straightening of your hair, that constant heat being applied to direct heat being directly applied to your hair is going to dry your hair out. Okay. Can that be one of the styles in between? If you're only doing a roller set and then they're just gonna wrap your hair, they're not blow drying it afterward, and they're not flat ironing it afterwards, sure, go ahead with your roller set. Okay. If you're gonna do a roller set in between your silk presses, okay, that's Miss Black Beauty. That's in part because they're usually not holding the blow dryer correctly. If you're going to do roller sets in between your silk presses, you cannot put a flat iron on your hair, and the stylist cannot also blow dry your hair afterward. You have to be okay with just sitting up underneath with leaving with the style just from the dryer, just from sitting up underneath the dryer with the rollers. Okay. But Tanya, I want you to understand that this also means that when you are ready to just start doing more curly hairstyles, right? When you are ready to start doing more curly hairstyles, you have to think about the fact that if you're not doing some type of like roller set, not roller set, I'm sorry, rod set, like perm rods, flexi rods or something, if you're not doing braid outs, twist outs, if you're not giving your hair that kind of rest and you're always stretching it in that capacity, that eventually you are going to lose your texture, because hair has memory, right? The more you train it to stretch, the more you train it to be straight, the straighter it's going to be, which is why we've been able to coin the phrase, what do we call it? My brain want to say straight hair natural, but that's not what, heat training your hair, right? Which is literally just training your hair to stay straight by consistently stretching it or straightening it. Hey, Arnita. Okay. So please remember that. You want to be consistent with your trim schedule. You don't want to be constantly trimming your hair. If Angel is still on here, Angel is a stylist. As a stylist, we are never going to, as a healthy hair care professional, we are never going to recommend to anyone that they trim their hair every 6 to 8 weeks. Why? Hey, Sid. Why are we never we're doing good, y'all. We're at 15 right now. If we can get to 35, y'all can get the free guide. If we can get to 35, y'all can get the free guide. Why are you not constantly to trim your hair? Why are you not to trim your hair every 6 to 8 weeks? If length retention is your goal. If length retention is your goal, why are we not trimming every 6 to 8 weeks? Why are you not to be constantly trimming your hair? There we go, Lene. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, got it. Instagram, why are you not cutting? Whoa, Jazzy. Whoa, Jazzy. Whoa, Jazzy. Jay, ask Jazzy to, you know what to do, Jay. Jazzy is over here answering with a question. Hold on, Tanya. Keisha, give me a second. Okay? Jazzy, my love. Jazzy, my love. If you finna answer around here, if you gonna participate, don't you answer me with no question mark. Say it with your whole chest. Say it with your whole chest. Say it with your whole chest, Jazzy. Not a question mark on the end. You could be wrong around here. Say it with your chest. Jay learned yesterday. I could teach you how to Dougie. Okay? Jay, say it with your whole chest. No question mark around here. Restate your answer and say it with your whole chest. I do not care if you are wrong, but you need to be audaciously confident. Come on, Jay. Jay, restate your answer, Jay. Not Jay, sorry, Jazzy. Excuse me. Restate your answer, Jazzy. Exactly, Justice. Exactly. Facebook, YouTube, y'all got it. 100%, Arnita. We waiting for Jazzy to restate her. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all give Jazzy a round of applause. Y'all give Jazzy a round. Cutting the new growth. Okay, you trim your hair every 6 to 8 weeks. You're going to be doing exactly what Jazzy is saying. You're going to be cutting the new growth. Give Jazzy a round of applause. Give Jazzy a round of applause, Miss Tiny. Said it with her whole chest. The exclamation point at the end. Yeah. Well, now, Trina, let's not get too crazy. Lene, there we go. But hold on. Yeah, I was about to say, Angela, thank you for doing that. I was about to say, but hold on now. Where's Jazzy's claps? Yeah, Justice, appreciate you. Yeah, clap it up. Okay, you can be wrong around here. You just got to be audacious. Okay, I'll help you course correct. I'll help you get it right, girl. Jay, you still ain't find your hand clap. Is you in enemy territory, girl? Okay, this is what I've learned from my mother. If you want your hair to grow, you do not cut your hair. You just let it grow. Leave it alone. Keep it healthy. I'm watching, the treatment that we use and just let it grow. That's what I do to mine. Listen, you can live a life of okay? It doesn't have to be this or that. Yeah, Justice, no Bart Simpson claps. Justice, we learned it yesterday, didn't we, Justice? You don't have to live a life of or, right? You can live a life of and. You can be consistent with your trim schedule and that be the way that you hit your length goals. Because if you don't trim your hair, if you went 9 months without trimming your hair and you had no idea how to create balance for your hair, okay? If you went 9 months without trimming your hair and you did not know how to create balance for your hair, and those split ends, what do you think those split ends are going to do? If you're not able to keep them whole from root to tip, What do you think your split ends are going to do in a month's time, not trimming at all? In 9 months' time, in 9 months' time, not trimming at all, what do you think is going to happen to your split ends if you're not keeping your hair whole from root to tip? I don't know. It's a totally acceptable answer around here. Spread up the hair shaft. It will travel up the hair shaft, okay, causing you to have to trim more aggressively. Travel up the hair strand. Okay? You can live a life of and. You can be consistent with your trim schedule, right? You can trim as needed. If you're actually listening to your hair, if you're really paying attention to your hair, if you're trying to really get in tune with your hair, the more you pay attention to your hair, the more you'll start to notice when you style, when you detangle on wash day, the more you will start to notice when exactly it is you're approaching the time when you need to be sitting in a stylist chair getting a professional trim. Okay? If you are really listening to your hair, it will become easier and easier and easier to identify. Just before you're at the point where you're at the brink of it, you'll be able to identify when you need to be trimming your hair. Hey, boss. Okay? But you can't just not trim it. Yes, it's going to be consistently growing. As long as you're alive, as long as the follicles are not dead, your hair is going to grow. But are you going to retain that length? Right? That's what we're talking about here. So you need to be consistent with your trim schedule, right? That's going to help you get closer to your hair goals, but you can't do one or the other. You can't trim your hair every 6 weeks or never trim it at all. You're never going to hit your length goal that way. Okay? So the C in CBD, in the 3 easy steps to retaining length, the C stands for consistency, right? You want to switch up your hairstyles a little bit. You want to make sure that you are consistently getting better at styling your hair yourself. And you want to make sure that you are consistent with your trim schedule, because that is going to make it so that the split ends that you incur, the oldest point of your hair, right, which is the very ends, the very tips, okay? You're making sure that we are consistently getting rid of hair that is no longer serving you, or hair that is making it harder for you to manage on wash day. Okay? Hey, boss. Okay? We're doing real good, y'all. We got about 20 of us on this live right now. If we get to 35, y'all can get the free guide. Okay, the free wash day guide explaining to you how you should be shampooing and conditioning your hair in the winter months, what the cadence or how much space you should be putting between wash days, and what kinds of shampoos and conditioners you should be using on wash day to make sure that your hair stays healthy and whole. Okay. The C in CBD stands for consistency. The B stands for what? If you're new on here, welcome, boss. I'm glad you're here. I hope you learned something new. If you're new on here, tell me what you think the B in CBD stands for. Hey, boss. Tell me what you think the B in CBD stands for. Justice? Lene? Keisha? Trina? Tanya? Not me sounding like a whole DMX song. There we go, Tanya. Balance. What does balance look like? When we're talking about shampoos, conditioners, leave-in conditioners, when we're talking about hair care products, what does balance look like? It's okay, Angela. Your classmate is helping you out now. Your classmates are helping you out now, excuse me. So now you know, Angela, right? What the B in CBD stands for. The B is for balance. Okay? Here's why balance is important. All hair, all hair is made up primarily, hey boss, all hair is made up primarily of protein or keratin. Protein or keratin gives your hair structure, it gives your hair elasticity, it gives your hair strength, but it also makes sure that your hair is able to withstand the stretching, right? That's the elasticity, right? When you go to when Jay goes to silk press her hair, when Jay goes to stretch her hair, when she goes to wash it or wet it, she wants it to shrink back. She wants her curls to come back, right? Protein helps you do that. Protein focused shampoos, conditioners, leave-in conditioners, eating more protein, all of that will help make sure that your hair has curl or texture or elasticity, right? We also want a nice amount of shine, because who wants hair that is dull? Who wants hair that looks like it's saturated, right? None of us, right? So hair that is healthy is also shiny, right? Hair that is shiny doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy, but I will say that hair that is healthy has a nice brilliance to it, okay? Protein will help you do that. Protein will also help make sure that you are able to retain more moisture. Protein focused shampoos, conditioners, and leave-in conditioners help make sure that your hair is able to retain more moisture. How is that, Tanya? Can you think of why? How does protein, a strengthening product, make sure that your hair is able to remain softer longer? Jay, you learned this a couple hours ago. Don't you say a word. Not yet, Jay. Not yet. Tanya, I don't know is a totally acceptable answer also, Tanya, okay? But think for me, why do you think that protein is essential to making sure your hair stays soft and flexible longer? What up, Keisha? Miss Love Music. Now, what did I just say? What, Jay, what I say? Jay, what did I just say? Didn't I say the Tanya specifically? I said Tanya specifically. Hey, honey bunny. Tanya specifically. Yes, though. Okay? Yes. Yes, Miss Love Music strengthens it and fills in and allows the conditioner to coat. Tanya, protein strengthens the hair, fills in the holes, and allows the conditioner to coat a full hair strand. Because the older hair gets, the longer it gets, the more wear and tear your hair goes through, the more nicks and dips and grooves happen on a full hair strand, right? And because hair is made up primarily of protein or keratin, if you lose chunks and or pieces of a hair strand, and then you just go over it with moisturizing products, you just go over with your rose gold oil even, okay? Even if you were to go over hair that has not had enough keratin, even if you were to go over it with your rose gold oil that we make for you, you would still feel like your hair is rough because there are chunks of protein or keratin in the hair strand that are missing. That is consistently what you're feeling. So, in an effort to retain more moisture, to retain more softness, you want to be using protein so that that protein loss from how old your hair is, from how much wear and tear your hair goes through, you're able to have that protein fill in the gaps on the hair strand so that this way, when you do use your moisture focused products, when you do use your rose gold oil from Textured Press, this way it coats a full hair strand that is already smooth and makes it easier for you to hold on to softness or retain moisture. We all on the same page about that? Comment yes or ready. You can either comment yes or you can comment ready. And I'm going to give you 3 ways to be able to identify that the product is a protein focused product, because a lot of us do not know that what we're using is a protein focused product. Jay asked this yesterday and I didn't have time to go over it, but we're going to talk about it today. If you are ready to hear a few of the ways that you're going to be able to identify if a product is protein focused or has keratin in it, comment yes or ready. We're ready? Bert, Keisha, Lene, Justice, we're ready? Here we go. I want you to do me a favor, please. Jay, I want you to do me a favor, all of us, okay? We're going to do this together. I want you to, in the comment section, do not send this message. I just want you to write in your comment section write the word protein and then give it a dash. You're going to write protein dash in the comment section, but do not send the comment, okay? You're going to write protein and then a dash. Write it in the comment section now, please. Protein, protein dash. 3 phrases or words on a protein focused shampoo or conditioner that allow you to understand that this is going to be a strengthening product and not a softening product. Because if you assume that all products are meant to moisturize, even if the bottle says it, because sometimes they be lying, if you think that all products are meant to moisturize, a lot of women think deep conditioner must mean moisture, when some deep conditioners are meant to strengthen your hair. Some treatments are meant to strengthen your hair. So here are 3 words on a bottle that will allow you to understand that this is a protein focused product. When you see words like reconstruct, write it alongside protein dash. Reconstruct, bond rebuild, or repair. Okay, so you're gonna, in your comment section, you should have protein dash, reconstruct, bond repair, dang, what was the third one I said? Reconstruct, bond repair, reconstruct, bond repair. What was the third one that I just said? Reconstruct, bond repair. There are a few, and I'm trying to remember which one I just gave y'all. Reconstruct, bond repair. Jay, what was it? Reconstruct. In real time, you are watching me have brain fog. Okay? Reconstruct, bond repair. Bond rebuild and repair, excuse me. Yes. Reconstruct, bond rebuild and repair. Yes, thank you, Jay. Send it in the comments. Now you can send it in the comments. It should be protein dash, reconstruct, bond rebuild, and repair. Protein dash, reconstruct, bond rebuild, and repair. If your bottle says any of these 3 things, that the product is going to do any of these 3 things, that is a protein focused product. Thank you so much, Jazzy. Protein dash, reconstruct, bond rebuild, or repair. Lene, protein dash, reconstruct, bond rebuild, and repair. Okay. So when you go to buy, the next time you go shopping, when you go to buy a shampoo or conditioner, if you already have the products in your house that say reconstruct, bond rebuild, or repair, you know that you don't need any more protein focused products, right? Because you need more what? To create balance. Shalita, Rosa, if you already have these protein focused products in your house, when you go shopping again for your shampoos and conditioner, hey Angie, when you go shopping again for your shampoos and conditioners, what kind? Exactly, love music. What up, Stace? We're at about 20 people right now. If we get to 35, y'all can have y'all free wash day guide. Exactly, Lene. You want to go out and purchase moisture focused products so that this way you can create balance for your hair. There we go, Justice. There we go. You know what, Justice? Justice says I'm going to my bathroom right now to look. I've been lied to. There we go. So a lot of times when you're like, yo, my hair is always dry. My hair is always dry. It's often because we're using more protein focused products at home than we are using moisture focused products. And that would make sense, right? If you're using strengthening products and you're not giving your hair any moisture, then sure, it would make sense as to why your hair feels dry and or brittle, because too much protein is going to make your hair feel dry and or brittle. And Jazzy, Stace, Angie, or Jay. Jazzy, Stace, Facebook, YouTube, y'all can answer if y'all want to. But I'm talking exclusively to Jazzy, Stace, Angie, or Jay. If you have hair that is hard and brittle, that makes it easy for it to do what? Natalie, if you're on here, you can answer too. Jazzy, Jay, Stace, Angie, if you have hair that is hard and brittle, that is eventually going to do what? There we go, Miss Love Music. There we go, Angie. There we go, Stace. Jazzy said it with her whole chest. She ain't put a question mark or nothing. Okay? Jazzy, yeah. Okay? And why do we want to avoid hair that is hard and brittle? Because we don't want our hair to break. Why don't we want our hair to break? Because the goal is length retention. Why is the goal length retention? For some of us, it's that boost of confidence we talked about, right? Justice? Right? For some of us, it's the feeling of accomplishment that we're looking for. So in order to accomplish hitting our goal of being more confident, feeling more accomplished, you want to avoid breakage. In order to avoid breakage, you can't have too much protein in your regimen. Too much protein will 100% lead to breakage, which is why I preach to you every single wash day, you should be giving your hair both moisture and protein. Moisture makes sure that your hair is nice and flexible, right? That it moves, that it has movement, that it's juicy, that when you go to detangle it, your comb, your brush, your fingers just glide through. When someone goes to braid or twist your hair, their hands or fingers are gliding through. That's the importance of moisture. But protein makes sure that your hair has structure, 100% Justice. And let me tell you something, protein overload is so much harder to reverse than moisture overload. Moisture overload, I can usually get it done in 1 or 2 visits. Protein overload takes a series of salon visits and at home deep conditioning in order to reverse that. Protein overload is really hard to come back from. So if you are going to overutilize anything, make sure it ain't protein, okay? Okay. Now, we're going to learn some feature ingredients that are also on protein focused products, so that when you see these feature ingredients, you also understand that these are more protein or strength based shampoos and conditioners. Are we ready? Hit ready in the comments for me, please, if we're ready. Excuse me. I'm going to give you 3 feature ingredients right now that will allow you to know whether or not your products in your bathroom are working against you and making your hair stronger, not softer. If you're ready for the next 3, hit ready in the comments. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Justice. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Angie. Okay? You're going to, don't send it yet. You're going to type out protein and a dash in the comment section again, but please do not send it yet. Shalita, you're going to write protein and dash in the comments, but please don't send it. Not yet. Okay? Protein dash coconut oil, babassu oil, and almond oil. Protein dash coconut oil. Wait, y'all. Let me. We gonna help everybody out. Babassu oil, and babassu is BABASSU. Coconut oil, babassu oil, and almond oil. Okay, so in your comment section, you should have protein dash coconut oil, babassu oil. Babassu is BABASSU, and almond oil. Send it in the comments, please. Send it in the comments, please. There we go, Justice. Come on, Keisha. What up, Chris? Protein dash coconut oil, babasu oil, and almond oil. Excellent, Angie. Tanya, protein dash coconut oil dash babasu oil and almond oil. 100% Rosa. Protein dash coconut dash babasu dash almond oil. Shalita, protein, coconut, babasu, almond oil. There we go. So now, when you see the picture of coconut oil, when you see a picture of babasu oil, when you see a picture of almond oil on a bottle, that is what kind of product? Ooh, Justice. You know who has a really popular babasu oil deep conditioner? Which is why I had to look it up because I had never heard of it before this either. Mielle Organics has a very popular babasu oil hair mask or treatment. What kind of hair mask or treatment is the babasu oil from Mielle Organics? There we go, Tanya. There we go, Jay. Come on, Jazzy. Angie, why do you feel like it's a moisturizing conditioner? Hair mask, excuse me. Why do you feel like it's a moisturizing deep conditioner, Angie? Excellent, Keisha. Um, it's hot pink packaging. I use it occasionally. There we go. Oh, I was answering the first question. Okay, there we go, Angie. Sorry, there must be a lag on my end. Okay, Baba Sue. I'm gonna read to you what the packaging says. I'm gonna read to you what the packaging says, because here is where we really can I cuss? It's a little early in the day. I know it ain't but 1 o'clock, but can I get one off? I promise I'll just do this one. I promise I'll just do this one, and I won't do another cuss word until maybe the end. Can I just get one off my chest? If y'all say no, I will. If y'all say no, I'll just move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, Jay. I'm good, Jazzy. Facebook, YouTube. I'll mute y'all. How do we mute this? Hold on. I'll mute y'all. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Y'all didn't answer. Y'all didn't answer fast enough. I thought I was in enemy. I thought I was in enemy territory. I just came over here. Okay. Here's what I'm going to read what the package says. Mielle Organics Pure Simple Natural Babasu Oil Mint Deep Conditioner Protein / moisture replenisher. Now, it's not easy for any one singular product to do both at the same time. To both strengthen and moisturize, it's not easy for a product to do both at the same time. You want me to say it again? Because I really want you to understand when a product says that it does both. It usually is more dominant in one versus the other. Okay? Protein / moisture replenisher for dry and damaged hair. How does the product know whether to fill in the holes first or go over the hair with moisture first? If you use this Babasu oil deep conditioner, I want you to hear me and hear me well, please. This is not going to keep your hair soft. It might be soft on wash day. It might be soft 2 to 3 days after wash day. But if you want a week's worth of hair that is soft, you need true hydrating or moisture focused products. Chris, we ain't gonna go there. Not today. Chris said she's not a fan. I don't listen. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not doing that. Okay. So when you go to reach for a product, when you go to make a purchase, before you ever even leave your house to go buy shampoo and conditioners, before you ever hop online to buy shampoo and conditioners, before you get to the Textured Press website to make your next purchase, take inventory of what you already have. I also have a rule for buying new product. Y'all want to know my rule? It don't look like we're getting the free guide today, but that's okay. If y'all want to know my rule for buying product, put your hand up in the comments. I'll give you that game for free. If y'all want to know my rule for buying product, I'll give you that game for free. Jay, at least you know that you are using protein-focused product. Thank you, Chris. I can't say it. I need to be politically correct around here. Okay? And after this, we're gonna move on to the D part of CBD. Oh, we're good. Oh, we want to know the thing, right? Okay. Here's my rule for buying products. Okay. Anytime a client is like, clients come in all the time and they're like, oh, just tell me what to buy and I'll buy it. Is like, no, I want you to learn how to use what you already have, do that well, and then we can either decide if we want to purchase something new and or different, or if we're going to be replenishing the products. And clients are like, no, like if you just tell me what to buy, I'll just buy that. No. Here's the rule to purchasing products. Yes, no, yes. Yes, no, yes. Okay. So anytime you are going to purchase a product, before you hit checkout, before you actually ever add it to your cart, ask yourself, does this product solve a problem that I have with my hair? Jay, if you got a flip phone, you ain't got no emojis. Okay. Yes, no, yes. The first question is, before you add to cart, when you are looking at a product, does this product solve a problem that I have? So if you were to go and buy the Babasu deep conditioner from Mielle Organics, you want to be looking, is my hair dry and damaged right now? If the answer is yes, okay, then we move on to the next question. Do I already have a product at home that says it's going to solve the problem that I'm saying that I have, right? So let's say the answer is yes. Let's say you do feel like your hair is dry and damaged, right? If Jay goes into her product closet, into her product drawer, and she sees a product that says that it repairs damage and that it repairs dry hair and damage, she does not move on to the next question. Take it out of your cart. Okay? If the product is going to solve a problem that you have with your hair, if the answer is no to question number 2, if you do not already have a product at home that says it's going to solve this problem, then you move on to the next question. Is this in the budget? And if you do not budget for your hair, the answer is always going to be no. Yes, no, yes. Yes, this product solves a problem that I have with my hair if my hair is damaged. No, I don't already have a product at home that is going to repair damage. Yes, it's in the budget. I allocated $17 in my hair budget this month so I can buy this product. Yes, no, yes. That is the only way you should be adding a product to your cart. Even when we have major sales at Textured Press, I encourage clients, you are not to buy unless you absolutely need these products and unless you've already budgeted for these products. Yes, no, yes. Does this product solve a problem that I already have? Yes. Okay. Do I have a product at home that already says it's going to solve this problem? No. Do I have this product in my budget? Yes. Add to cart. Add to cart. But if it's no, yes, no, you leave it right there. Okay? That's how you save money, save yourself from being a product junkie, and it's also how you save yourself from product fatigue. Okay? I just had a client earlier today send me a DM before you introduced me to it was the Keracare shampoo and the Joico conditioner, right? She DM'd me about that. Before you put me onto these products, I was a product junkie. I've been using the same products for the past 2 years. I could teach you how to Dougie. I could teach you how to Dougie. I could teach you everything I know about where some of the best products are, how much you should be spending on some products, how you buy your products, how to look for products. If you stick with Death Row, I could teach you how to Dougie. Okay? Now we're on to the next and the last part, and then we're going to get up out of here. CBD, right? 3 simple ways to get your length retention. CBD, consistency, balance with your shampoo and conditioner, because that allows your hair strand to stay whole, right? Moisture, make sure that you have nice slip in your detangle process so that you're not creating split ends or breakage. And then protein, make sure that your hair has texture or some tenacity, so that this way it's not easy to break, right? It's not so mushy that it's breaking. I have a little junkie, but I'm here to break the cycle. Come on. If you're not encouraged by the current economy to save some coins, this ain't the place for you, because I'm all about saving some time and some money. If you are willing to waste and squander your money on product, shampoos, conditioners, and leave-in conditioners, you ain't learn nothing. This ain't the place for you. Okay? The D in CBD does not stand for the D that most of us are looking for. Stands for diet. Sorry. Yeah, that D is a little bit more boring. Okay? That D will not have your nervous system at high pitch. However, it will help with your healthy hair goals, okay? Eating less sugar and less carbs while increasing your protein intake and your water intake will 100% get you significantly closer to your length retention goals than mashing up avocado, mashing up a banana and putting it in your hair and thinking it. No. Eat your nutrients. Eat your vitamins, eat your minerals, drink your minerals. Okay? If you have to do a supplement, then have at it. But I would much prefer you eat your vitamins and your minerals. Okay? Green leafy vegetables. If you are not outside enough, get you some vitamin D. Another D that isn't as much fun. Okay? Because the less junk you feed your body and the better care, hey boss, the less junk you feed your body and the better care, the better care you take care of your body, it makes more room, it makes a better environment, a more encouraging environment for your hair to want to for your scalp, to want to feed your follicles what is going to help rapid growth. If you are consistent with your healthy diet, if you are consistent with eating more protein, if you are consistent with drinking the right amount of water, then it makes it easier for you to be consistent with your trim schedule, right? Because your hair is growing fast enough that when you do trim it, it doesn't even feel like you've lost anything. Okay? The less your body has to fight to survive, the more room you create for growth. Did we learn something new today? Did we learn something new today? We ain't get the guide today again, Jay. Maybe before winter is over, we'll get to our number, we'll get to our goal. Okay? Jay, it's another day. Jay ain't get that guide. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, no? Did you learn something new today? Natalie, are you still on here? Jay, don't make me laugh. Soon come. We'll get it one day. You know what I mean? Hopefully before spring hits. You know, spring and summer, we have to do another guide for you guys. So we'll be working on that for over the course of the next couple of weeks. Hey, boss. Hey, Lindsay. All right, I'll be back at 8:00. I'll be back tonight for the night shift. Okay, but for now, Tanya, I'm gonna work as soon as I get off this live. Tanya, I'm gonna work on getting the yesterday's live up on the Patreon platform. If you guys want to join the Patreon platform, excuse me, that's completely free for you to sign up. You would just look for Healthy Hair University on the Patreon platform, and then sign up. You can sign up for free, but I'm gonna put yesterday's live up on the platform as soon as it finishes downloading, so that you can rewatch that. Okay. Yeah, Justice, come chill with us, girl. I'm fitness transition from social media platforms and just talk on Patreon, because there's been whispers. It ain't but a few of us on here, right? Y'all listening? Real quick. There's been whispers in the community about a strike, boycott for social media platforms. And so when it happens, excuse me. Yeah, Patreon is like an exclusive membership, for like content that I don't put out on other platforms. Any live replays are on the Patreon platform. You guys get quizzes. We will be doing private classes on how to style hair on the Patreon platform. The information that goes out to the public hits the Patreon platform first. So it's just like a country club for us, essentially. Okay. But yeah, we'll be transitioning off of social. I mean, my goal, honestly, is to get off of social, period. There is an app for Patreon. But if you have an Apple device, if you have an Apple device, I would probably not get the Patreon app, because it's free. It's free if you sign up for like the free version. But if ever you decide to like upgrade to the paid version, it costs more on the Apple app. So if I were you, just go on the website. Boss, if you know that you've been neglecting your hair, then you know how to fix it, right? If it's always so tangled, ask yourself, when was your last professional trim? And when was the last time you used moisture? When was the last time you used protein? It doesn't necessarily have to be an unfortunate thing, Miss Bittersweet. Everything has a season, right? I've had to have this conversation with clients plenty of times. Everything has a season. The season you were just in did not call for hair to be a primary thought, and that's okay, right? It might make your stylist sad. It might, it might make you feel like you're not at your best. But sometimes, remember, okay, does anybody remember 2020? No, it feels like such a long time ago. Ask me a whole question, Rosa. When you say, how about medicine? I don't know what you're asking me, babe. Tell me, Miss Bittersweet, send me all of the products that you are currently using, that you've been consistently using over maybe like the past 3 months. If you DM me, Miss Bittersweet, all of the products you've been using for the past 3 months, I'll help you figure out where we're going wrong. Okay, I'm an Android girly. So I think, Jay, I think on an Android, I don't think that there's any additional costs. Not that's why I can't find my claps. Jay, I'm talking to you right now on an Android, and I could give you some black claps. Here, don't girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay? Don't do that. You know? Sometimes the season that you're in calls for other things to be primary outside of your hair. Sometimes your bun season is you literally fighting through life. 2020 was not all that long ago, right? Remember when the world was literally burning down around us? COVID was a thing that we'd never heard of before. A global pandemic. None of us actually remember the world being shut down, right? So many women were like, oh, like I feel like I'm neglecting my hair. My hair is taking a hit. Every day we woke up, we didn't know if we were going to live or die, right or wrong. Every day that we woke up during quarantine, we did not know if that was going to be our last day or not. We did not know if we were going to get a call that it was someone that we love and or care about, if it was going to be their last day, right? Sometimes you're in a season of survival only. Extend yourself grace for the world positioning you, right, to not have room to care for your hair. Okay? Small things to a giant. Small things to a giant. But at least you're not shaving your hair bald. That hey Tatiana, at least you're not shaving your hair bald that like that girl I just posted in my stories, right? In that damn video singing that damn Eminem song, shaving her head bald. If you ain't doing that, if you ain't Britney Spears in it, we got something to work with. And honestly, even if you did Britney Spears, I would probably be asking you just how you did it. How'd you get the courage to do it? I understand it. Okay. Can I cuss one time? Life is. Let me mute them. Let me mute Facebook. As soon as Jay finds her black hand emoji, I'll be set to retire. I bet you. I bet you. Okay? I don't blame her, Miss Bittersweet. Sometimes life is like that. Sometimes you feel like you have no control, and then you realize I got control over my hair. You know what I mean? And you might want to shave it because it's the thing that you can control. It's the thing that you have power over. Sometimes it's like that. And I don't blame anybody. I don't judge, I don't do none of that. If Sincere was here, Sincere was on here last night. If Sincere was here, she'd tell you. Her first appointment, before she got to her first appointment, she called me to tell me just how bad her hair was. And I'm like, girl, just come in. Everyone thinks that their hair is the worst hair I've ever seen. I'll tell you the worst hair I've ever seen, and it was in the very beginning of my career. A girl wore a sewing for 6 months. And I'm not talking took it out and redid it. A young lady had her first sewing. The stylist did not educate her, and she wore that sewing for 6 months. And I took that sewing down, and I think I might have done another sewing or either given her a silk press after that. I don't remember. That's the worst hair I've ever seen, and that's only because, all of the hair chips after 6 months, all of the fungus that we had to fight through. That's the worst hair I've ever seen. Other than that, everything's fine. All right. I'm grateful for you spending your time with me. We only did an hour and a half today. We ain't do 2 hours, Jay. Tonight I'll try to keep it short. I'm gonna try and pull this off in 45 minutes tonight. Jay, if you don't show up to this live for no other reason tonight but to see if I pass or fail, okay, I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna do my best. 45 minutes, we're gonna try to get this live. Sincere is here, right? Sincere, right or wrong? You called that first time. I'm like, girl, you think I could do 45 minutes, Jay? Gabby. And you know what? That's what I get. Because that do not say Gab. It says, hello, my name is, that do not say Gabby. It says, hello, my name is Gab. And I'm over here giving you a whole nother name that is not your name. My bad. Hey, Gab, welcome to the live. Girl, we finna get up out of here. You missed this one. Try again tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to try to get this done in 45 minutes. Jasmine, I'm going to try to get this live. We're going to go live at 8 o'clock. I'm going to try and get this live done in 45 minutes. Jay said 1 hour. You think I'm going to try 45 minutes, Jay. I'm going to try to break it down. I'm going to try to break it down and try and do 45 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. If you're not home, get home safe. If you are home, stay safe. And I'll see y'all tonight.